Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have 3 DIYs for you using the tumbling tower blocks. So let's get on to DIY number 1. Now for this DIY I'm using 13 of these tumbling tower blocks and I'm gonna make a little planter. You're gonna take one block and you put it vertically, and you're gonna glue 4 blocks to the sides of the vertically one. And the one that's vertically is gonna give the planter some extra support. And I'm using hot glue, but sometimes you will see in this video my glue doesn't stick very well. I don't know what was the problem. Maybe my glue gun wasn't hot enough, or I used the wrong glue stick. But anyway, you can see what I am doing. It's a lot harder to explain. Now we're gonna glue the 4 legs to the planter. As you can see, something breaks off, but I'm gonna glue that right back. I don't know, maybe the tumbling tower blocks were not very good. I don't know what was the problem here, but you can always fix it. And then I'm gonna glue 4 more on top of the legs we put on here, so the planter will fall right in between it, as you can say. And after that, you can see I'm gonna paint it with black chalk paint. I got it from Action here in Holland, and it's a very rich black color, and it dries very matte, and I like that a lot. I like that very much. And most of the times you just need 1 coat. And then I'm gonna take my planter. It's in a nautical theme, but I'm not using that, so I remove all the cards and ropes from it. And then I'm gonna take my rocks. I had some white rocks laying around in my room, and I'm gonna put some in it. And after that I'm gonna take my succulent and I'm cutting it to fit into the planter. And that's it for this one. It's very simple, but it looks very nice. And here is the end result of DIY number 1. I think it's very cute. If you like my channel and my video, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That would help me so much to grow on YouTube. With that being said, let's get on to DIY number 2. Now this one was a real struggle. I'm gonna make a lantern, and I have seen someone done this on another YouTube channel, and I fell in love with it. But it was a nightmare, this thing, really. You're gonna glue 3 sets of 4 blocks horizontally together. And I'm gonna explain to you, my camera stopped filming every 5 minutes, but I didn't notice it, so I lost a lot of footage. On top of that, my glue wouldn't stick to the blocks. So this is one of the DIYs you can better look what I'm doing than when I'm explaining it. I think I used 12 of the blocks here, and you're gonna glue them all together vertically, and you're gonna do that also 3 times. We're making now the bottom of the lantern, so you're gonna repeat this another time so you can make the top of the lantern. There we go. And I'm using a combination of hot glue and wood glue. The hot glue for the hold, for the immediate hold, and the wood glue for the long hold. And I think maybe that was the trouble, because when the wood glue touches the hot glue, it will not stick, it will not adhere to each other. So maybe that was the problem here. I don't know, but it was a struggle. Although it turned out amazing when it's done. You will see. And after that I'm gonna glue the horizontally blocks to the vertically blocks. You see what I'm doing. this is the bottom part of the lantern. You see me struggling here. The glue will not stick. The camera shuts off at one point. You will see later on in the video. So I lost a lot, yeah, a fair bit of footage of me putting together the edges of the lantern. So I will try to explain it, how I made it, and I hope you can recreate it if you want to. You see that it just will not stick together, but I will fix it all in the end. I think this DIY took me 3-4 days to make, just because of all the troubles. You see, there goes another piece. It's terrible. Now here I lost a lot of footage, but the square I'm making right now, you see, you have to cut a block in half so it can fit in between the other two blocks. The first square you make, you will do the same thing, but then on a little bit larger scale. You're gonna glue for the first square, you're gonna glue one hole, one half, one hole, one half, and one hole. And you're gonna do that 2 times, and then you're gonna make the sides, and the sides you make out of whole tumbling tower blocks. I hope you understand what I'm saying, but if you don't, just look at how I make this one, and then you make the bigger one. I'm not making any sense today, I think. I guess this was the last one. You're gonna make 3 of those, or 4, I'm not sure again. Like that. And then I'm gonna make the legs. So the legs, you're gonna make 8 of these blocks horizontally. You're gonna repeat that 8 times, and when you're done with that, you're gonna glue 2 of them together, so you get 4 legs, if I'm making any sense. And you're gonna use, I guess 7? I guess 7 blocks for each. I'm not sure, but and you just repeat that 8 times. Excuse me. One more, and then I think I showed you the end result of all 8. Oh, you see, you're gonna put them together like so, and there you have the top and the bottom as I show you. Now I went into my shed and I found these planks, but unfortunately I didn't measure right, so I got one too short. That happens. So I went back and I measured it again and I cut it to the right size, as you will see later on. And then I'm gonna glue the 3 together, and I'm gonna put some stripes on it with my pencil, so I know where the middle is, someach. So I glue them on there with just hot glue, and the other two I will glue also on top of it, but in the opposite direction of the bigger ones. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying. Just look at the video. I'm terrible at explaining. My editing skills are not the best because this is the second time I am doing this video. I had posted it on my other channel, but the music was so loud you couldn't hear me talk. So my editing skills are not the best. I'm so sorry for that. So it's best just to look at the video. Then I had found a bead I would want to put on top of it, but it's way too small for this lantern. So I went to Action the other day and I found a very large bead. So you will see that in a moment. Just for now I'm putting some weight on it so it can dry, and I'm gonna paint the other pieces of it. And I'm gonna paint this one again with the black chalk paint. And I'm gonna give the whole thing one coat. That's enough. It just covers so well. I really like this paint. And it costs me, I guess, €4 for one can, a little can. And I think I'm using this for over a year already. So you don't need as much. So it's very, very cheap paint, but it does the job very well. So now is the other day, and as you can see I found a very large bead. But I'm gonna fill the hole on top of it with kneadable wood. I don't know if you have that in USA or where you are, but you can buy it here at the Home Depot. I'm gonna fill the hole with it, and when it's dry you can actually use it as normal wood. It has the same strength. So now I'm gonna paint the top also in the black. And after that I will glue on the bead. No, I'm not gluing on the bead. I'm gonna put it together first. I'm sorry. So there I had all the parts painted black, and now I'm gonna put the legs into the bottom. And I didn't paint the top and the bottom sides of it because the hot glue doesn't want to stick at the bottom. So that's why I didn't paint them. And I don't think I used hot glue at the bottom. I think I used only the wood glue. Yes, I only used the wood glue. So then I'm gonna put it in. Hold it for a second so it can adhere, and then I'm gonna glue the other three inside as well, as you see. It was such a struggle, this one, but at the end you will see it turns out amazing. I think this is my favorite of today. Let me know in the comments which one of the DIYs that I made today is your favorite. I think it's definitely this one, the lantern. I fell in love with it. When I saw it on the other channel I had to make it. I am so sorry. There is an alarm going off outside. That's every month on Monday at 12 o'clock. It's a general alarm, so if there is a disaster here in Holland and you hear this sound, you can hear it in the background. You have to go inside, close every window and every door and turn on your TV or radio. And they are running tests on it every month to see if it works. So it will stop in just a moment, but oh my god, this video is just doomed, I guess. This is the third time that I'm doing this edit, and every time something happens, so I'm not gonna put this one off again. I'm sorry. I will put music under it. Maybe you will not hear it as loud as I am right now. But anyway, I'm painting the bead black, and then I was like, I think it's a lot of black, so I went in with my Rust-Oleum paint in the color, I guess I get the chalk white. I'm not sure. It's either the chalk white or the antique white. And I'm gonna give that a distressing coat, as you see. And it will brighten the whole lantern. It looks very nice. I'm just in love with the thing. Sorry guys. Okay, the alarm sound is stopped. I'm so sorry. Really, this video, sometimes you had one of those days that just nothing will go as you wish it would go, but we'll deal with it. It's fine. And look at this. I love it. It's adorable. I really love this one. You can also decorate it for fall or for Christmas, or it's a very neutral piece. You can use it for everything. Now let's get on to DIY number 3. It's the last one, and this time I'm making coasters. I guess you've seen this DIY already, but I'm gonna make 2 sets of vertically blocks and 2 sets of horizontally blocks, and then I'm gonna glue those together to make a square, and you have a coaster. I'm gonna make 4 of these squares. Excuse me, I'm just taking my water. I need a drink. Four times. You see, I showed it. When that's done, you're gonna glue all the pieces together to form a square. And I guess I'm just using hot glue for this one. I guess. I'm not sure anymore. So I'm gonna piece them together because the blocks are not quite even, so sometimes the piece is just a little bit longer than the other, or just a little bit thicker, or so that's why I'm piecing it all together, just like a little puzzle. So then I'm gonna put the other one on top. You see? And then you get a square for a coaster. And I'm gonna do that to all the pieces I have lying there. I guess it were 16 pieces in total. So when you're done, I'm gonna make, oh no, I made 5 of it, because the last one, the 5th one, I'm gonna make as a holder for our coasters. So I'm gonna take 2 of the tower blocks on each side, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the opposite side, so the other ones will fit right in between this one. You see, it fits. So now I'm gonna take my black paint again, and I'm gonna paint the holder black. And after that's done, I'm gonna take my stain, also from Action. It's a very large can, it's almost 1 liter, and I'm paid €5 for it. And the stain is in the color walnut, and I love that color. It's a very rich color. You see that in a minute. I painted all the sides, and now I'm gonna take my coasters and the wood stain in the color walnut. This one is water based, so it has no smell to it. It's a very nice stain to use, because most of the times stain just smells, but this one doesn't. Oh, always use gloves when you're staining. Always use gloves, at least I do, because that stuff is getting everywhere. And I'm using a makeup sponge to put it on the coasters. You see, it gets out all the wood grains and all the little details from the wood. I love this. I love staining. It always gives a very nice effects to your crafts or DIYs. And there it is, all done, all of them stained, and I like how this turned out. And you guys, that's it for this video. So I hope you give it a thumbs up, and see you at the next one.